how will I ever lower my standards now that I know that such a person exists in my life? A few days ago, my friend told me that he feels like he's one of my most boring friends because I always have so much drama in my life. But I want to say that he's not my most boring friend. He's like my favorite friend. So recently, I did all my makeup and I was really happy and I really felt like going out. So I asked him if I could go over to his uni and like hang out with him while he does his work. I did ask him whether he wanted me to buy anything because where I live there's more food and restaurants and things like that, and he said no, but I still like bought like a drink and a snack, thinking that I was being like because this friend has done a lot for me. So I did that thinking that, oh, maybe this time I'll be nicer to him than he is to me finally. But then when I got there, I realized that he prepared like 2 sets of sushi and a drink for me and things like that. And this is all without us asking each other for snacks or drinks, okay? This is like just a normal, like, it was a surprise. And you know how some guys can be kind of disgusting, and you know how they don't really get shamed for not washing their hands in the toilet. But for this guy, I know for sure that he would never do that, because when we just get to the place that we are going to study, he was wiping the tables and all that, and like wiped the place that I would also be using it without anything. Like even when we go out to eat, he would just take the time to wipe down the tables and things like that. I feel like he's the most detail-oriented person that I know, that also is very giving, because he was doing his work late into the night, and his uni is like more ulu, like more isolated, like a more inconvenient place to be. So he even like directly said like, oh, I'll book you an Uber to get home. And then to which I replied, most likely by the time we finish it will be morning and then I can get home myself. But like, he said that without any prompting, and I think that's a really nice thing to do, especially because I was the one who wanted social interaction on that day specifically, and I'm perfectly capable of getting myself an Uber. He's also really great with reactions. Like when I tell him about what issues happen, or when I show him my recent pictures that I took of myself and things like that, he would be really excited, both in person and online. Like a lot of my, you know, this WhatsApp stickers, yeah, so on WeChat he also has a lot of those, and he would send like multiple, and it always makes me feel very affirmed. And even though when I'm with friends with people, I usually kind of try to not be too weak, but he's still really nice in the sense that there was one time we were taking a night walk, and then he suddenly blocked my view from something, and I asked him what it was. At first he was like, oh, you don't want to see it, I'm not telling you. But like after I asked a few times, then he let me see it. Then he told me what it was, and then I asked a few times, then he let me see it, and it was crows eating a dead crow. But like the fact that he can react, and the fact that like most of my friends wouldn't baby me like that, you know, and it's not even like, he still treats me like a proper human being. It is pretty rare for humans of the male species these days. Or like a few years back when I was having situationships. So I was trying to dress more feminine and things like that. And he knew that I had knee pain because I told him. And when there was one time when we were like studying together and I was wearing a skirt and it was winter, he just told me like, oh, you should wear pants because it's not good for your knees. And I know it's such a very basic thing, and I know that I would say it to my girlfriends, but then I realized that because I kind of put up a tough front, he's the only friend who would do that for me, which is really nice. Not that I wear a skirt for him, it was more like I wanted to be in that energy, but the fact that he said that or like noticed it was pretty sweet as well. He's really supportive as well, and he does it in the best way, because I don't know, maybe it's the thing about guys, but like it makes me feel like they're being logical. And you know, as a woman, you often feel that your emotions are invalid, and you kind of want to think about the logical part. Like there was once when a group of girls told me that that they're jealous that I'm hanging out with him because he's handsome or whatever. He answered me by saying that, oh, they're just jealous of you or something like that. Which okay, in the end, that group of friends are not my friends anymore because they did something else. But like, he just says things in such a straightforward way, but still in a very accepting way. Then to end this on a sweeter note, the best part about him is that he's kind of my only friend that likes thin crust pizza. So it was nice when we could share pizzas together.